Good morning, team. We are back with another episode of Cajun Tiger Plays. I am Cajun Tiger, and we are going to jump right into this episode of Dyson Sphere Program. We are on episode number 30. We have gone quite a while in this playthrough, and I was hoping to be done by now, but it's taking a little longer than we expected, and that's okay. We're going to grab some things here. Let's get into our menu, and we'll make a couple of distributor caps, and we'll make another 20 of our bots. We'll need those soon. We're going to pick up a bunch of stuff while we're here, and then we'll come back up and come back through here and top off our storage in just a little bit. But we are on our way to a completely new system. Outside of this system, we want to go get our grating crystals so that we can use them to make the needed items for our green science, our gravity matrix science. So we're going to drop off a bunch of stuff that we don't need to be taking to another planet with us. Then we're going to come up here where we have our warpers, and we're going to get things ready from here before we leave for the items that will be coming back. So first things first, we need to get warpers to our interstellar. Oops, that's not what we want. We want here. We need to get warpers to our new interstellar logistics station that we have not made yet, but we will. Let's get a belt coming out here, and we want warpers in that belt, and we want our sorter to put warpers in there. That will give us the warpers that we need. And then in here, we want that to distribute to other distributors, as well as distributing to the mech. This is the first time we've done this, so we are going to click here and ask for warpers. This bottom section here, we want to don't provide, we do want it to provide, and we want it to provide at least 50 of those. So there we go. We see that happening right away, which is a good thing. I forgot one thing. Don't want to say we, because I don't want to blame you guys for what I forgot. But I forgot one thing. Let's get 10 of these logistics vessels so that we can use those for our new interstellar logistics station. Remember last episode we made some space up here so that we can put that down. So we'll put our interstellar logistics station there, and we can fill in the solar panels that we had deleted that we are able to fill in here. Let's see, we need to go 1 and 1. There we go. Now we want to put our depot. Did we run out of depots, or did I? Oh, there they are up here. There we go. We want to put a depot right there. We'll put a belt here going straight into our interstellar logistics station and our sorter. Let's mark this one for our warpers as well. And we can put our, wherever it went, there they are. Put our logistics cap on, put our bots in, and we will not distribute to our Icarus from that one. We will receive from another location, and we need a Tesla tower here. And that should give us power everything there. Let's come here and put our... Oh, we got one extra. That's okay. We'll use that one later for something else. We'll increase all of these numbers. And then here we are going to be receiving, so we want to remote demand our grating crystals, and we're going to supply them locally. We also will be getting organic crystals on this other world. And then while we're there, we'll get some fire ice, and we'll get some Kimberlite ore. Now, we're not going to be using all of that. We're mostly going to be using the grating crystals, but we'll go ahead and set all of those up. Again, we have the logistics vessels and we have the warpers. We won't be using logistics vessels on the other planet outside of the system because these vessels will grab 2 warpers every time they go somewhere. They'll grab one for the warp travel there and one for the warp travel back. So let's see, we want to come over here. Where are we? Did I get lost? Where are we? Why am I lost? Oh, here we are, right here. This is what I'm looking for right in front of me. We want to get more of these foundations because we're going to be using quite a bit of them when we get to the other planet. All right, let's come into flight mode, cruise mode, drop in here. We will grab all of the miners that we can get, all of the, what are those, wind turbines, and all of the fuel that we can get. Let's come down here, and I don't think we need another one of those, but we can grab the planetary logistics stations. We might need them. Get the rest of the drones, and then go into C and put our actual fuel there, and we can put the miners or the warpers in there, and that will get us filled up soon. We'll go ahead and grab some of these just in case we run out of power. While we're there, we'll have something that we can burn in our chamber for power. Oh, there came some drones and bots. Did you see those bots come and drop off extra warpers for us? So now we're back up to 50 warpers. Okay, so we're going to zoom out and see if we can't find Zeta Lyncis here, and we're going to view that system, and we want to go to Zeta Lyncis 4. That's the planet we want to hit first. And we are ready to go, I believe. We can sort just to make sure. We have power, we have drones, we have foundations. We'll put our interstellar logistics station, miners, and planetary logistics stations. We have a ton of power. We have our wireless power towers, regular, and we have plenty of belts to handle all of our mining issues. Okay, I think we're ready. So we will head off to another planet. I was told that I should say engage, but I don't consider myself quite worthy of Captain Picard. So being a fan of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, like I've told you before, and Anson Mount's character, Captain Pike, he says, hit it. And now we are in warp. We will be traveling 2.3 light years. It's going to take us a little bit to get there. We can use our normal W button to center what direction we're traveling, and we will, as we get closer, make sure we're headed to the right planet in the right place. And we're down to 5, 4, less than 1, and we'll pop out of warp. There we go. We are headed to Zeta Lyncis 4. And we are there. We have warped to an entirely new system. Good for us. I believe that we are near, not near as I wanted to be, but close. Here's our equator, I believe, right here. Let's look at our map and see. Okay, so to our right is the South Pole. And if you'll recall, we want to use the South Pole for things that are going out of this planet. We use the North Pole for things that are coming in. We're going to drop just a few of our wind turbines so that we can just get a little bit of power here before we head to the pole and start doing things. Remember, we looked at this before, we get 150% of wind energy, so our wind turbines are going to be very, very useful for us on this planet getting power. All right, let's keep going all the way up to the pole. Whoops, we're out of range there. We'll build Tesla towers as we go so that we will have power when we get up here, and we'll build them just like normal up to these one 5x5 grids. And our typical, we will do what we always do and put our foundations down first. We will go ahead and put our interstellar logistics station for one reason. We want to go ahead and get these guys down, and we can stand in there and let them charge us a little bit while we build the rest of this. But we can also put a Tesla tower down over here, which will allow that interstellar logistics station to start charging up. It's going to take a while, and it's going to be really, really slow with electricity. We're going to be really low on electricity until we get charged up. But for now, we will just keep putting more foundation down, and this is going to help our soil pile a little bit. It is not a ton of soil pile that we're getting, but we will get a little bit. And then right behind us, we're going to go ahead and fill in this area so that we can get some soil pile, because we will be accessing these grating crystals first because they're close. And so that makes it a little bit better for us. We will actually be doing a little bit different than we have done in the past. We'll use 4 miners for these, and we'll do the...
Warning! The power grid is excessively overloading, and facilities can't operate normally.
Yes.
Build more power generation facilities. Power grids are complicated. You must monitor both power consumption and power generation. Use an accumulator to balance peak and valley demands for electricity.
Okay, thank you, advisor. We already knew that. All right, let's go around the planet here. We'll put some wind turbines at this particular fault line, and that will help with the power issues as well. Again, we probably won't be using anything but, we got out of building range. Won't be using anything but wind turbines on this planet because we just don't need to. We don't need that much power. Once our interstellar logistics station is powered up, it will take care of most of the power. The wind turbines that we have will take care of most of the power needs that we have. But again, it's just going to be slow going because he takes a lot of power. So with that in mind, we'll let that go. Let's get our drones over here, finish off those wind turbines over there. And what we're going to do here, get rid of a couple of these so that we can build our miners. We are going to start with 4 miners. Like I said, we're going to do 4 miners on each side over here so that we can use our Mark II belts for this section. 2, 3, and maybe. I'm going to end up having to turn that a little bit more. There we go. There's 4 there, and then we'll come to this other side and do the same thing with 1, 2, 3, and maybe somewhere around here we'll get 6. There it is. There we go. Okay, now, do we have enough room? We do not have enough room there, but we do have enough room at these 2. And now we are getting grating crystals. So that was the goal. Let's go ahead and get everybody working here. And we can take our belts. Nice green upgrade. Mark II belts. Thank you. Upgrades. Alright, we can come through here. And then we want to come to this line here. So we can go straight into our station. Connect these guys real quick. Let those collect. Now we do have, this one's going to be a little tricky. press R so we can get a little angle going there. And then we'll bring you to here. And need to press R so we can get our angles back. And we'll take you to here. And straight in. And then connect these belts, or these miners here. And we want to get this set up to receive our grating crystals. Now, if we look at our logistic vessel, you can see his carrying capacity there in the information is 600. And because we have the minimum load of vessel set to 100%, we will need to collect 600 grating crystals before we see anybody transfer. We're almost there. As soon as it happens, you'll see this turn orange. And there we go. We have somebody in transit coming to get grating crystals. So let's click on that milestone. We're going to zoom out, and if we watch Pixidus, you will see we can have, there's a guy coming right there. There's our logistic vessel coming to get grating crystals. So we have the exact point that we're trying to do with our first little Christmas tree, exactly what we were trying to do here, and getting our grating crystals to our home planet. So we are going to now take some Tesla towers down this side, and I am going to shift into high speed mode, and we'll do a high speed version with some music and probably some voiceover just so that we can talk about things. But we will start by putting wind turbines across the equator like we've done in the past at our home planet. And then once we're done with that, we will build some mines and mine some grating crystal, and probably just focus on this southern hemisphere, I guess it is, and focus on grating crystals. And there's a few places that we have organic crystals here as well. And we will catch up in just a little bit once this is done. So high speed mode, here we go. Okay, we will watch everything go on in the background. We will be working on both sides of the equator. As you can see, we just passed the organic crystals. They're on both sides. Those are the only two on this planet. So we want to tap into those as soon as we get our green science, and then eventually get our universe science, which is the white science, the white matrix, white science universe matrix. We'll keep doing our vein utilization, so hopefully we don't have to come back to this planet, because we will have a lot of grating crystals coming through our process. But we'll see. As time goes on, we'll see how things work out. We do want to do our shout out while we're watching the high speed video. Our shout out is something that I always think of whenever I'm doing a high-speed video like this, and then I come back and look at it later, and after I've found mistakes or errors that I've done or whatever else, I always think about the TV show, the movie, all of it, the Mystery Science Theater 3000. So we're moving on from our food shout-outs, and we're going to move to Mystery Science Theater 3000. If you haven't seen it, it's a kind of goofy show. Basically, there's a whole background setup of why they're doing it, but they force this guy to watch cheesy movies, and so he has to watch cheesy movies, and he has built a few robot companions to keep him company in the satellite that he's in. And the robot companions and he watch the movies. You can see them on the bottom right corner of the screen. You can see their silhouette as they watch the movies, and they have a running commentary about goofy stuff about the movie. So it always makes me think about that, because I always want to have running commentary about the mistakes that I make, and times where I've forgotten to turn on a planetary logistics station, or forgotten to connect certain belts, or whatever else. It just seems like it's a good place for some cheesy commentary when I'm doing a high-speed moment like this. So shout out today For Mystery Science Theater 3000, I am a particular fan of Joel and the original, but it is good, regardless of which one you watch. We did miss a announcement from our advisor that was just about us researching guns, and the mech can now shoot guns to help protect the base. So we will catch up in just a bit. Okay, we're back, and we are all set here on this planet. Let's go ahead and turn on our organic crystals as well. I thought we had already done that. What am I looking at? Did I click the wrong thing? Let's see. We want local demand for both of these. There we go. Now we have the right things set up. We have,
flight mode.
oh, I don't know, quite a number of miners that are pulling our crystals. Our what are they called? Good grief, I'm having trouble here. Wow. We are getting grating crystals. That is what they're called. Grating crystals and organic crystals. We only have a few mines that are doing organic crystals, but we do have quite a number that are doing grating crystals. So we are ready to go. But before we leave this system, we want to jump over to, let's look at one. Zeta Lyncis 1 has an ocean that is sulfuric acid, which would be really cool because we could use some sulfuric acid eventually as we watch our vessels warping in. But it doesn't really have anything else that we need, and we don't really have the pumps or the things to make the pumps in our inventory, I don't believe. So we're not going to worry about that right now. We could go to Zeta Lyncis 2, but other than about 2 million fire ice, there's not really anything that we don't already have plenty of in our system. However, Zeta Lyncis 3 has Kimberlite ore in a little bit of abundance and has fire ice in a ton of abundance. So we are going to jump over there and we'll do some mining and some other things there before we head back to our system. So let's get back to our regular view and we'll put our fuel in here and head over to Zeta Lyncis 3. It is 5 AU away, which is kind of a long way. So we're going to warp, and in honor of those of you who are not Star Wars fans, I'm going to say, punch it, Chewie.
Warp engine activated.
There we go. So make all the Star Wars fans. Oh, I said I said that backwards. If you were a Star Trek fan, you would have enjoyed the other one. But if you're a Star Wars fan, you would enjoy Punch It Chewie. So yeah, I said that backwards. So sorry if you're not a Star Wars fan, you got to suffer through that. But we'll give a little bit of love to both of the Star universes. And here we are on Zeta Lyncis 3. Let's see, I believe this is our pole that we want to go to. But let's check. Nope, we want to go to the other pole. I seem to have a propensity for heading to the wrong pole. Let's see if we can't find, that might be our equator there. Let's see if we can find a meridian. There we go. There's a prime meridian, so we can go ahead and do some Tesla towers while we're here. Don't want to spend a ton of time on this world, but we do want to get some of this good stuff that's here. And there is something that I will show you in just a minute that we definitely want to get here. Oh, the other thing I was going to show you is we do have 130% here as well. So that's a good thing for us for our for our wind power to be able to use the wind turbines that we brought with us. There we go. Get all of our Tesla towers now. As we come up to the pole, and we get our foundations out, take a look at this. Well, I can't land. There we go. Okay, hitting the wrong Alt key. Look at how far that drops down, and watch as we build our foundations here. You can watch our soil pile just crank way up. So good for us. We're going to have a lot of soil pile when we leave this planet, and it will be wonderful when we get back to our home world to be able to build everything that we need to build and not have to worry about soil pile for a long time, I don't think. So that's a good thing. So we're just going to fill in some extra foundations there so that we have plenty of soil pile. We'll put our typical setup here. We still don't have any actual power on this planet yet, so we'll need to do that here in just a minute. Let's see, we can get some more foundations. Take one trip around this way. We're gonna tap into Kimberlite and at least a couple of nodes of FireIce. I don't know if we'll actually end up using the FireIce, but it will be nice to have on the off chance that we want to use it in the future. So we are not going to tap into the titanium. No reason for us to do that. We have titanium in our system that we can go get. We do have FireIce in our system, but there is so much of it here, it just makes sense to grab some while we're here. So let me finish this last path around, and this will give us plenty of soil pile. As you can see, we're close to 2 million soil pile. All right, that gets us lots and lots of soil pile. We'll take a trip around the circumference here of the planet and put some wind turbines. That will get us at least some power to let our interstellar logistics station start powering up. We know it's going to be problematic for our power grid until he's all powered up, so we want to give him every chance we can to get powered up as quickly as possible. All right, let's go get the rest of these things done over here, and we will jump into high-speed mode to head down to the equator and put some wind turbines there, and then we'll also find our Kimberlite ore and start mining Kimberlite ore. We'll probably put some more foundations down to get a little bit more soil pile as well. So we'll catch up as soon as our high-speed mode is done. Okay, we don't have quite as much time on this particular high-speed moment, but I did want to mention that our goal, my goal was originally to be done with this in about 30 episodes. We are at 30 episodes, so we're not going to quite be done yet, but we'll get there soon. The goal, though, is to finish as much of the research and the milestones and the Dyson Sphere as we can. And once we start making Dyson Sphere components and filling that out, it may end up being just a high-speed montage of watching that happen. But we will do our best to do all of the research, even the things that we don't necessarily need or use. We'll research those eventually once we get the things that we can use. Then we'll do all the milestones that we can do, which will include going to several different systems to set up some mining. We'll do that soon as well. And then the Dyson Sphere itself, which we're getting much, much closer. Maybe 2 episodes from now, we'll have Green Science up and running. And from there, we actually start working on the Dyson Sphere so that we can collect the things we need for White Science. Okay, we had a little glitch there, a little hiccup, some forgotten points that I wanted to make. We are going to head back to our home planet. You can see our logistics vessels are coming and going, picking up things from our planet. You can see the orange. We got vessels en route. We got stuff going on. We will head back to our home planet in our next episode. And until then, remember, players, to succeed, planning alone is insufficient. One must improvise as well. Keep building, team.